Hello, my darlings, and welcome. Today I want to talk to you about fairies, why you might want to attract them into your life, and some ways to keep them happy. Let's do some magical crafting. Oftentimes in popular culture and in folklore, fairies are portrayed as mischievous beings up to no good. They're often seen as tricksters who will make magical bargains with humans that always seem to go bad, or as mythical beings who steal children. So why would you want to invite the fae folk into your life and work with them? The truth is, fairies are powerful magical creatures. They can aid you in your everyday magic, making them a great partner to have. I'll talk a little bit about some of the fae folk that you don't want to attract into your life at the very end of this video, so you can have some fair warning about them. But first, I want to talk about beneficial fairies. Good fairies include brownies, gnomes, pixies, dryads, leprechauns. House fairies such as brownies are great to invite into your home because they'll help to keep it clean, abundant, and safe. They may also inspire you to do some cleaning, organizing, or decluttering yourself. Open the windows and invite the fae energy indoors. Fairies love wildlife and attract beneficial insects that help protect your garden from pests. Flower and earth fairies like pixies and gnomes are best to attract to your garden as they protect the trees and the plants and help them grow. Garden fairies love flowers and will help to keep your garden producing more blooms. Not everyone has a yard, but you might have a balcony where you can plant a few plants or even a windowsill. You might be able to join a community garden or plant in a common area. If fairies can aid in making your garden thrive, then why not your houseplants or planter boxes? Wouldn't they be beneficial to a community garden or a nearby park or even the trees and flora in your neighborhood? I imagine they'd be wonderful to have in a nearby forest or wooded area or on a farm as well. Any place nature and growing things can be found. My favorite thing about fairies is that they bring increased creativity. This can help you do more magical crafting. You can work with fairies when you do arts or crafting. Invite the fairies to inspire your writing or journaling. And if you have a business or career that relies on creativity or growing things or nature, making friends with the fairy folk might be doubly advantageous. Increased creativity creates increased imagination. Once you're experiencing this expanded creativity and imagination, you can more easily work on visualization exercises and do manifesting work. You begin to open up to divine guidance and inspiration. These intuitive nudges and thoughts awaken new avenues to manifesting what you desire. When fairy energy surrounds you, you might feel inspired, and this could lead you to start taking magically inspired action. Ask the fairies to join you for a cup of tea and a chat, and you'll find yourself feeling recharged, invigorated, and empowered. Finding a fairy companion may open a whole new door for you to get back to any magic you've been putting off. Bring some sparkle and pixie dust to an otherwise drab day. Now that you know why you might want to work with the fairies in your life, here are some ideas on how to attract them into your home and your outdoor space. The simplest way is to tell the fairies they're welcome. Fairy magic is extremely powerful, and the fae deserve respect as the powerful nature spirits they are. Instead of hoping to attract fairies to you, call out to them and let them know they're welcome in the space you've created for them. That you're happy to have them join you in your garden and the amazing world of magic. You can do this by verbally asking them to come into your yard or home. Or you can leave them notes along with gifts. My favorite way is to write my messages onto rocks and place them in my yard. If you'd like to do the same, I'll leave a link to my fairy rock crafting video below in hopes of providing some inspiration. Another thing you can do is leave gifts and offerings for the Fae. Traditionally, fairies love sweets, so anything you've baked at home is a perfect fairy offering. If you offer fruit, make sure it's organic. If the birds and ants won't eat the fruit because of pesticides, neither will the fairies. They also love traditional offerings like cake or bread with milk. Alcoholic offering options are wine, ale, or mead. Fairy magic is powerful magic, but just like the spells you cast, fairies need ingredients. One of the most important ingredients you can leave as an offering is honey. Honey can be hard to come by for fairies as the bees heavily guard it. They'll be grateful to you for leaving an offering of honey. Fresh cut herbs and small, easy to transport crystals are always a great option for leaving as an offering. Leave your favorites to help draw fairies similar to you to your garden. You can also plant specific flowers and herbs to attract fairies. Specifically, plant bell-shaped flowers in your garden. But please, research which plants and flowers might be toxic to pets before you plant anything in a garden. The following bell-shaped flowers are fairy favorites. Foxglove is also called fairy finger, fairy bells, or fairy cap. Lily of the valley are hardy, beautiful, and easy to care for. Bells of Ireland are very unique and give a lovely vanilla scent. Fuchsia blooms are bright pink and purple. This flower is common to South and North America. The common bluebell is native to England and grows wild in Europe. An early spring option is snowdrops. This flower is also often used to celebrate Imbolc. Daffodils also bloom in early spring and provide a burst of color. Muscari are a cute purple bellflower that attracts hummingbirds. Trumpet vine is easy to grow and can take over a yard or a garden if you let it. It's a great option if you don't have a green thumb and want something hardy. Flowers are not the only beneficial things to plant in your garden. Some herbs are great for attracting fairies. Lavender is a useful herb that blooms tiny, brilliant purple flowers with a sweet aroma, perfect for fairy gardens. Rosemary is great for attracting kind-hearted fairies to your garden if you intend to work with fairy magic. And thyme is a great herb to grow both to attract fairies and to attract money. Some fairies are attracted to water. Add a small fountain or waterfall to your garden if your budget allows. My favorite way to create a fountain is to use a small solar pump fountain that can sit in a bird feeder, a swimming pool, or even a large bowl of water to create a magical fountain spray when the sun comes out. It attracts hummingbirds and provides bees with a source of water as well. Fairies have a love of shiny things. This is why meddlesome fairies often wander off with jewelry, keys, crystals, and other sparkly and shiny items. Hang crystals from your trees and put them or other shiny objects in your yard. Fill your garden with crystals, mirrored pieces, and any fun bits and baubles you come across. These items will come and go. Don't put anything out that you'd be bothered to find missing one day. I have a fairy wreath tutorial, as well as a video on how to make a sparkly sun catcher to attract fairies, and I'll leave a link to both of those videos below. Add music to your garden. Fairies love music. Place chimes around your yard to invite the fairies to dance as the wind blows through your garden. Wind chimes are also a great way to add shine and sparkle to your outdoor space. You can also play music when you're outside, or open a window and let your music drift out to the fairies in your yard. Spend time in your outdoor space and let the fairies get to know you. Relax or lay in your yard, especially with music in the background. Or bring joy into your yard by hosting an outdoor dinner party or potluck. Let your laughter and merrymaking ring through the trees, and don't forget to set out a portion of your feast for the Fae folk. Make a fairy garden or a fairy house. They're popular for their beauty, and they can also be very inviting for fairies. If you choose to add a fairy house to your garden, be sure to include all the comforts your guests will enjoy. This will make it more likely fairies will come and live in your garden. You can also put statues of fairies or gnomes in your garden to welcome the Fae. Make a special place for a brownie or house fairy to reside. An empty cabinet, pantry, closet, or shelf will do. Set up the space comfortably, like you plan to sleep there. Small pillows, blankets, and natural decor is perfect for a brownie space. Be earth-friendly and go green to encourage the Fae folk to come to your home. The Fae love the earth and every part of it, from the ground to the water to the living things that walk, swim, and fly upon it. If you wish to attract fairies to your home, garden, and life in general, you need to make an effort to be the kind of person they want to be around. Make an effort to be good to the earth. Reduce the trash you create. Reuse, recycle, and make do rather than consuming more. Clean up after yourself and leave natural spaces cleaner than when you arrived. You could even switch to earth-friendly soap, shampoo, and cleaning supplies. If you wish, you could eat a vegan diet or only buy humanely treated animals and animal products from organic farms. You could donate time or money to an environmental or animal rights charity. Be kind to wildlife. Welcome small creatures into your garden. If you wish to make your garden a place likely to attract fairies, you need to be kind and generous to wildlife. Fairies see how we treat their friends and will refuse to work with us if we don't show kindness and respect to the earth and all the living souls that inhabit it. Keep bird feeders full of food and keep water in your yard for bees and butterflies, hummingbirds and dragonflies. Celebrate toadstools and mushrooms that appear in your yard because that means the fairies have taken up residence in your garden. Remember that fairies don't like to be disturbed by people other than the ones they know, so warn them ahead of time if you're going to have guests over. Also, warn the fairies before you mow the grass. Don't use pesticides in your garden, or if you have to, use natural or homemade versions instead of harsh chemicals on the market. Crushed eggshells and diatomaceous earth is used as a natural pest controller. You can also mix salt with water and make a spray, or mix garlic or pepper in water. Not every fairy is safe to invite into your home or garden, so be cautious. There are malevolent fairies. Among them are boggarts or boggles, padfoot, redcaps, hobgoblins, spriggans, and kelpies. Some fairies bring omens of death, such as the banshee, while others are purely selfish and vengeful. In addition, there's also fairies who eat humans, such as trolls and giants. But if you decide you want to work with fairy magic, I hope this video has given you some ideas on how to attract them into your life and how to keep your fairies happy.